If you're an Etsy seller, you know bookkeeping can feel like a daunting task, pulling you away from creating and selling the products you love. We get it. Juggling finances while running your shop is no small feat. That's why we created this spreadsheet just for you. This is a walkthrough video of the dual Etsy shop automated bookkeeping spreadsheet, a tool that makes it easier to manage your Etsy finances across one or two shops. Track your sales, fees, expenses, and profits, and finally feel in control of the business side of your creativity. As we update this tool over time, you might notice small changes in the look or layout, but those updates are always meant to make your experience smoother and more powerful. So let's start in the setup tab here. This is where you're going to customize this spreadsheet to your preferences or the way that you run your business or shop. First, we're going to choose the start day of the week here. For this, we'll just use Sunday. For the multiple shop tracking, we have our shop name here. And if we have our second shop, we can enter it here. But if we don't have that second shop yet, just leave that blank and we can enter that in if we do decide to grow later. Next, you're going to enter in your currency symbol. If you do not see your currency symbol listed, you're going to click the edit settings and you can either change the first one or the second one to your currency symbol so it would be easy to find. Or you can go down here to add another item and enter in your currency here and press done. But we'll delete that one for now. And then once we choose our currency, we can move down here and set our categories up. So for income and expenses, you're going to want to leave these headers the way they are. They are used in formulas throughout the spreadsheet, but we can customize all of these to fit your business, and you can customize all of these as well to fit your business. Now, once we're done with that, we're going to head over to our Etsy shop dashboard and we're going to download our CSV files for our Etsy order items and our Etsy payment account. Now, if you need some instructions on how to do that, I have those listed right here in the instructions tab. If you'll just scroll down to instructions, here to download your Etsy order items CSV file, you're going to go to your shop manager, you're going to go to settings, and then you're going to press options, and then you're going to go up here and press download data. And then from here, you're going to open that drop down menu and press order items, and you're going to choose the month and the year, and then press download CSV here. And then once that's downloaded, you're going to open that file up, whether that's in Numbers, Excel, a blank Google Sheet. You're going to copy that information, that raw data, except for the headers. Then you're going to take it over here to the order item download or upload tab here. You're going to click on that top cell. You're going to right click and press paste. All of that raw data will be entered in here. And for the next month, you're just going to go to the tab up underneath where your current or your previous month left off, and you're going to do the same thing here. So let's check out our instructions for the Etsy payment account here. You're going to go to your shop manager in Etsy again, and you're going to press the finance tab here, and then you're going to press monthly statements. So when this pops up here, you're going to make sure you have the correct month and the correct year. And then you're going to see a little button here that says generate CSV file. You're going to click it. And then once that generates, it'll say download CSV, and you're going to download that. And you're going to do the exact same thing, just not copying the headers. And you're going to go to your Etsy payment account tab here. Now, whenever you paste in these, make sure you're in this cell. And these light green cells here hold formulas, so please don't edit them. It will throw your numbers off completely. and make a lot of the reports just not work. So let's not do that. Once your Etsy data is uploaded, you can log any non-Etsy income or expenses in the Other Income and Expenses tab here. This is great for things like freelance projects, in-person craft fairs, or expenses like website hosting. First, you'll enter in the date that the expense or income occurred. You'll choose the income or transaction type, whether it was income or expenses, and then you'll choose what category that it belongs to. And remember, we set these up in the setup tab, and you can change these to fit your shop or your business. Here you'll enter in the description, and remember these light green cells hold formulas, so we don't want to edit those. Here you'll enter in the amount. If it is an expense, it will show up red. That'll give you an easy visualization of your expenses and your income. So now that we know how to input all of our data, let's go check out the dashboard and what it can tell us. So the first thing you're going to see is the first shop's dashboard here. And because we entered in our shop's name in the setup tab for shop 1, it'll populate here. These two are all-time metrics. They will, regardless of how many months you put in, it will go by all of that data to find these numbers. So let's look at the categories first. You can change this to shipping, fee, or refunds, and you can get that data populated here. So let's go back to sales. Now, I have these little notes populated throughout here for you can read them, delete them when you understand them, or keep them for references. But for this, it says for months, select the first day of the year. If you are selecting a week, select the day starting on Monday or Sunday based on what you chose in the setup tab. So we chose Sunday for that. But let's say we're doing the first of the year here. We're doing it by month. So you can see January, February, all the way to December. And this will total, because we have some chose right here, it'll total up the sale income for that month and give you a percentage of how much out of all those months January contributed to the overall income. And it'll do that for all of the months. And it'll also tell you how many sale entries you have for that month here. But let's say we want the average. You can just change that right here, and this will give you the average under here now. So let's go back to sum, and let's look at weeks. So we want to change this to week. And I think I put the first one, let's see, we did Sunday. So let's go for the 12th. All right, so as you can see, it will tell you the days of the week here. And on Wednesday, there was one entry that had 37.23 as total income for that day, and there was only one. And it'll tell us 100% on Wednesday contributed to sale income for that week. So let's see if there's another one for the next week. It'll say Thursday was 57.06 here. All right, let's change this back to months here so we can have that little overview. And I'm not sure I mentioned this part, but here you'll see the top contribution to sell income, and it'll give you the top percentage of months and or days, whatever it is you're looking for. So if you go to July, it'll say 19%. So in July, we made more money than the rest of the months. So let's go down here to the top 10 listings. This goes by SKUs of your shop items or products here. And you can change this to shop 1 or shop 2. And we'll go here. And here you can also change the top listing by revenue to top listing by number of sales. So how many sold which one were the top 10 that sold that day. And if you'll scroll down, you'll see the same dashboard, but for shop 2 here. As you can see, we put Clever Prints as shop 2. I don't know if that's a real shop. I just, wanted to use some example data here. Now, if you scroll down, you'll see tracking the CSV downloads here. So each time that you upload your files, just go over here and click them off so that you kind of have a visualization of and remember what you have uploaded and what you haven't. And the same thing for shop 2 here. And that's it for the Etsy dashboard. So now we're going to have a look at the annual profit and loss. Let's zoom this out just a little bit. We'll put it at 85 just so you can kind of see the whole thing right now. So at the top, you'll notice your names of your 2 shops will auto-populate here. If you only have one name, it'll show up there. Let's have a look at that. And what happens if you don't have any shop name? It'll just say annual profit and loss. Let's go back. Let's put this back. All right. So you can choose any month that you want your calendar or your report to start on. It really doesn't matter as long as you have data for that month, it will populate. And this is the annual, so it'll go 12 months for that complete year. And this right here would be your net profit for your first shop. And this will be your net profit for your second shop. And it'll show you the total number of sales for that entire year here. And this will show you the whole business net profit for that year as well. And your net profit margin percent as well. So let's scroll down and take a look at all the little things that it gives you. So for the first shop, it'll give you the Etsy sales, refunds, sales tax paid by the buyer, remitted, and then the VAT paid by the buyer, remitted, and your shipping cost here. And your Etsy fees, your processing, transactions, listing, and other fees, as well as your marketing for your shop as well. And then right here, it'll show you your net profit for the first shop here, as well as give you that profit total, which you've seen up here. And then it also will give you your percentage there as well. Let's say you don't have your second shop going yet and you kind of just want to hide that. You can press that little minus button and that'll hide that for you until you're ready to open it back up and have that second shop going. But the second shop is set up just like the first one. And let's move on to the other income and other expenses. And that was what you inputted into the other income and expenses tab here. And it'll give you all of that information right down here, your net business profit for each one of those months here. And it'll give you that overall business profit margin percent here. Now, this part is really good for the taxes. Whenever you print this report, you're going to be able to give this to your tax professional and they're going to see how much fees, what you're able to claim for your business expenses and things like that. Let's move on to the 5-year profit and loss report here. Now you can start this in whatever year, as long as you have data, it'll show up. So this is set up just like the annual profit and loss with your shop 1 and shop 2 and your whole business 5-year net profit, as well as your net profit percent margin here, profit margin percent. Now you can scroll down. Like I said, it is set up just the same way, except you have the years here instead of the months, and it goes, because we have 2025 selected, it goes from 25 to 29 here, giving you the totals. And again, if you don't have that second shop set up, You can press that button here, that minus button, and hide that for now. And if you do decide to open up a second shop, this is available to you at any time. Just press that plus button and that will be shown to you there. And let's move on to the growth metrics here. Now you can select whatever month you want to start this in. It goes from annual. But now I will say if you want to use this is for one shop. So if you want to use this for your second shop or for the next year and you want to keep these metrics, or you just want to delete them later, I would recommend going to the duplicate button and duplicating this before you start entering in your data. So again, the colored cells here, they have formulas in them. So don't edit those. Those will be your auto calculations and it'll calculate all that data for you. But in these white dotted cells, you can enter in your data. And this will give you room to put in your main stats, your monthly visits to your Etsy store, traffic from your share and save links, and your Etsy ad performances here. That is it for the Etsy seller automated bookkeeping spreadsheet. I tried to make this as simple as it could be because I wanted something simple and it's very helpful for me and I hope it's helpful for you. If you want more spreadsheets that don't seem as scary and are easy to use, then hit that follow button, check out my shop, and see if you can find something that you need.